right, another great episode of RLWF Shock coming up. And out first, there he is, the Peruvian Viper, Colombo, making his way to the ring.
This is the kind of match the WWE Universe has been dreaming of, and that dream is
Colombo
a reality.
Has been doing very, very well for himself. Of course, was at the pay-per-view, but lost in that triple threat cage match to, I believe, Curt Wide, if I'm correct in that.
A very high-pressure situation ahead for this guy,
but still,
he is more than ready for it.
An incredibly strong competitor. I like this. He's got multiple outfits. I think I kind of prefer this attire. I like the other attire. I think I kind of prefer this attire. I gotta admit. But no matter what attire he is in, he is a tough, tough opponent. Let's see who has the pleasure or displeasure, depending on your perspective, of facing off with him. It is none other than William the Hammer Styles, the Sultan of the Suplex himself, walking through that pyro, headed to the ring. And William Styles, another great superstar that we have added here in Season 2. We are going to be adding one more superstar tonight. Poke still bitter about the PKO that THP suffered at the hands of William Styles. Listen, it was a great move.
He knows what it takes to reach the top here in WWE.
I mean, sure, a little humiliating for THP. I think that THP can console himself with his men's championship belt. I think that, we got to put things in perspective here. All right, looks like we're ready to go. Let me start that prediction, and you can let me know who you think is going to win.
I'm not ready to crown him as the next big thing just yet, but his performance in this match could sway me.
Colombo has him on the ropes already.
But he'll be taking on an individual who is turning a lot
and working on that left knee.
That is steadily growing week by week, and he wants to prove that the hype is legitimate. Ooh, stinging kick.
Again, the strength and power of Colombo on display. Reverses him into a shoulder tackle. And this match has been all Colombo so far, but I would not count out Styles. And here he comes already as if on cue. And boom. Tossed him. I think he was going to try and twist that big head of Colombo, but no dice. Goes for the pin already. There's no chance that's going to happen. Only the one count. Only the one count. Show a little respect to the Hammer, damn it, Colombo. Come on now.
Watch this
Colombo with the sit-out powerbomb. I mean, he is just an absolute beast. I can confirm that Colm is going to have a manager for his match tonight, and I did it by coin flip. So you'll have to wait to find out whether it was THP or Jocko that is going to be in the ring, or down at ringside rather, for Colm.
Down opponent and a double axe handle smash. He isn't finding any space to recover. Yeah, and he keeps
and look at that reversal by Styles. And here we go, Suplex City. Colombo, understanding why he is called the Sultan of the Suplex. Irish whip into the ropes now, and sends him head over heels down to the mat. And why not another suplex?
Definitely not thinking about finesse with that one. Was only thinking about dominance. Great strength being shown here.
Styles has the big man up, not sure where to go exactly, and that indecision has cost him as Colombo frees himself from the carry and tosses him right out of the ring.
Heads out of the ring, but needs to be
Colm promising no interferences tonight. I doubt that. I'll believe it when I see it. The Cure, not known for fair play. Let's put it that way.
He turns it around. Reciprocating the initial reverse.
Back and forth at ringside here. Colombo looks like he's coming out on top. Tosses him down onto the concrete floor.
I've seen Saxon thrown out of a few local bars like that before.
And oof.
Please don't remind me, Corey.
Dropped hard. They have to be watching the count out here.
Off the barricade.
Hard into the barricade and then head first.
Face right into the barricade.
Colombo trying to sneak his way back to the ring, but Styles not quite done with him yet.
Count out. Holy, meet the barricade.
Styles at the 8 count sneaks in. Is he going to steal a win here by countouts? There's the 9 count. William Styles might have just stolen this match. Colombo. Styles celebrating just a little bit too soon. Colombo back in the ring.
Not allowing that to go on any longer.
We're undoubtedly nearing the end. Yeah, this match has not been kind to
But
him.
a kick reversal. And the ripcord lariat hooks the leg. And only got the 2 counts.
I thought for sure he was done.
I mean, listen, the Cure is in chat claiming that they don't cheat. I think if you're unsure about whether the Cure are cheaters or not, I think the only reasonable thing to do is to go back and rewatch every single one of my streams several times over and decide for yourself. Listen, that's not just me trying to bump up my numbers. That's a legitimate scientific exercise that you can partake in at home. Colombo on the apron. Styles punches him out to ringside. And Styles thought he might wait to see if he was going to get the count out, but got impatient, came out after him, and paying for it. They lock up, and boom, it's going to be Suplex City on the concrete now.
Another one. Oh, come on.
And one more, look at that.
Continuing to punish their opponent with a German.
More Germans than Kraftwerk there. If you don't know who Kraftwerk is, ask your dad. Another suplex, and Colombo is reeling.
And he slides him back to the mat.
This is just
Back in the ring, and William Styles continues
And now he's
to pummel
He's mixing
Colombo, but Colombo,
with his attacks here.
not to be counted out quite yet, has him up and slammed hard to the mat. And now Colombo setting him up for something.
This looks like the setup to
And the big spine buster hooks the leg. That could be all she wrote.
amazing. And he is incredulous after the kick out. Almost lost to his own move.
Styles managing to kick out after 2. A nice dodge. Combination. Crowd going crazy. Now it's Styles' turn. Has him up and stole his finisher. Just like THP, but only got the 2 counts. William Styles up to his old tricks.
Plan A, and it didn't work. He must be thinking about plan B at this point.
A great maneuver. And Styles feeling confident as Colombo staggers to the ropes.
And I guarantee you that throwing in the towel is the furthest thing these superstars are
Out
thinking
on
about.
the apron. And dropped back first onto that apron. Styles taking control in this match. He's got him up, exploder suplex.
He's running into some problems here, guys.
He's being faced with a lot of adversity right now.
All the way down.
William Styles Crowd going nuts. And just pummeling the Viper in the face. And wrist lock takedown. He is just bending that arm in a way that it is not supposed to bend. No submissions count on the outside, of course, because it is not a falls count anywhere match. In fact, they are going to have to be mindful because they are at a 7 counts.
Obviously not about the ref's count, Cole.
Colombo tosses Styles back into the ring.
His competition that they'll only ever be second best.
They lock up. Colombo has him way up over his head, but no. Beautiful counter by Styles. Irish whip into the ropes. And once again, Colombo sent to the mat by William the Hammer Styles. Reversed into a shoulder breaker. He's setting him up again. And the huge clothesline. Rolls him over, hooks the leg. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. It is your winner, William the Hammer Styles. A huge win for Styles, and an incredible opener to what is undoubtedly going to be a fantastic night of sports entertainment. William the Hammer polishes him off with that clothesline. Hooks the leg, and that is all she wrote.
Here is your winner, William the Hammer.
Bunny making a run for Maz's record of futility in guessing the matches. If you think you could do better than Bunny or Maz, come on down to the live streams and put your channel points where your mouth is. All right, a little tag team action.
Here comes trouble.
I know we got quite our fill on the last episode of tag team action, but there's always room for more. There is always room for more, especially when you have the most hated tag team in the RLWF. It is Tonga and Mauler.
The following contest is
making their way to the ring.
Tables match.
A tag team tables match.
WWE Universe already reaching a fever pitch.
Unlikely that a tables match is going to last
From a highly anticipated
an hour.
match.
That would be an impressive feat. So I think we're safe, everyone. I think we're safe. Still, should be a great match. I mean, technically it's a tables match. I've seen tables matches that have lasted 55 seconds. So, you never know what you're going to get. You know that either one of these two would love to put an opponent through the lumber. We are going to have to see who they are facing, however. No slouches by any stretch of the imagination.
Better get ready.
The OGs themselves, it is the Gate Crashers.
The tension building for this
Rachel
match is so
Warren
great.
and Jesse Scott
Drama involved with this one.
making their way to the ring. The Bone Breakers from south of the equator, the Gate Crashers, ready to rumble in this tag team match. Let me start the prediction. You can let me know who you think is going to win. Again, all four participants in the ring, and the first team to put one of the others through a table is your winner.
Absolutely, Michael, because the only way to win this match requires
Mauler and Rachel Warren. Mauler, oof, with the big chokeslam backbreaker, and now going after Jesse Scott with a neck breaker. Tama Tonga coming over to help her partner, but Mauler already fighting her way out. Tonga on the apron. Jesse Scott trying to pull the mask off of the Mauler by the looks of it. But
exactly
No
where
dice.
any and all tables are in relation to you at all times. Otherwise, you could miss a chance to dispatch your opponent. Or you could potentially...
Again, the Mauler has never been unmasked. None of us are 100% sure what she looks like underneath that mask.
Oh, just throwing their body.
Jesse Scott has that table
Pain for that mistake.
in the ring.
Great example of confidence
Tama
she's
Tonga
showing
and
here.
Rachel Warren going at it on the out at ringside. Jesse Scott decides to come in and help out her partner a little bit before concentrating on the table.
And that was an effective attack, guys. She's forced onto the defensive now.
The end game of
If
the
I
table
seem
match
distracted,
is
it's because my
essentially
headphones
insult
keep
to
saying,
injury, Cole.
mute
She
on,
can go
mute
to
on,
avoid as
mute
much
on.
injury as
It's fine.
possible from this point on.
I will try to ignore it.
Oh, right to the kidneys.
Baron Max has come by to say hello.
There it is. Snap suplex.
Suplex onto the concrete. Gatecrashers have Mauler and Tonga cornered, but
Delivered into the
nice
barricade.
reversal by the Mauler.
Oh, quite an effective counter.
Tama Tonga looks like she's going to be setting up that table. Maybe not. Maybe she just wants to hold on to it for a minute. Tama Tonga unsure what to do with the table. There we go. Finally figures it out. There we go. No problem. Table is set up. It is anyone's match to win at this point. But everyone on the outside right now.
Fisherman suplex.
Tonga and Mauler taking it to the Gatecrashers right now.
And look at for a back suplex. Very nice.
Double suplex there by Tonga and Mauler. Reversal by Jesse, trying to get something going here for the Gatecrashers.
Looking for the single leg with a
Tosses Tama Tonga in, but does not follow her.
arm system. Look at these.
And Tama Tonga right back outside again. Chaos in the corner.
With some attitude.
Again,
She knows
we have got to get these people into the ring if we want to see someone go through a table.
It's not the swing that hurts. That
Oof.
is really hitting her hard.
Rachel Warren swings
This match is
Tama
to
Tonga
soften
hard
your
into the
opponent
barricade.
before you inevitably put them through the table. And that's exactly what we're seeing here, Cole.
Oh, and a right hand for good measure.
And Tama Tonga and Mauler double teaming
She's in her clutches.
the albino Kiwi right now, Rachel Warren.
Focusing on the shoulder there.
That attack was definitely pre-calculated, hoping to greatly diminish the power in that arm.
Again, all four participants stuck in the corner here.
Carefully measuring.
Someone has got to break out of this deadlock and get someone into the ring to put them through a table. Or, you know, set up a table on the outside of the ring. That works too.
Slam. Oh man, meeting the barricade.
Scott tossed to the far corner. At least we're getting a little bit of separation between the participants.
Suplex.
Rachel Warren
My God, a clothesline.
picks up Tama Tonga. Jesse Scott's going under the table, maybe getting another. Oh, she's got a kendo stick. Thought she might get another table, but no, she has other things in mind. And Mauler taking a thrashing.
Schoolboy. No, rolls through.
Kick to the face by Rachel Warren. And now Tama Tonga hit from behind by Jesse. The crowd going absolutely wild. They love to see Tama Tonga and Mauler suffer.
Right hand for good measure. How's that for a count?
Jesse continues. She breaks that kendo stick right over top
Slides her back to the mat.
of Tama Tonga. Mauler in the ring now, but Rachel Warren does not follow her.
And now thrown back into the
Jesse
ring.
in the ring.
No count out as she takes this fight to the floor. Oh, what a counter.
Oh my God, she picked up.
Taking this to the floor.
She's. What's happening? There we go.
Saw it coming and able to escape into the barricade.
Tama Tonga picked up both sections at the same time, strapped it to her back, And now they're stuck in a very awkward position. Onto the ring post. I listen, Tama Tonga is stronger than she appears. Listen, don't let her small stature fool you.
She scurries out of there.
In the meantime, Mahler heads back in the ring. Tama Tonga knocks over the table, of course. But at least 3 participants are back in the ring.
Using a handful of hair to deliver the snap.
And now, pulling on Jesse Scott's green locks.
And back into the ring.
Everyone back in the ring. Tama Tonga welcomes Rachel Warren with a kick to the gut.
Sit-out slam.
Mahler has the table.
And this one might be
Doesn't set it up instead. The sliding uppercut to Jesse Scott. Tama Tonga's got a second table in there.
She's getting that table.
Now we're cooking.
Where she wants it.
Now, Tama Tonga decides to reposition but doesn't get the opportunity. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I don't want this match to go back to ringside, but I'm kind of curious to see what it would take to dislodge those steel steps. I think the operations crew are gonna have a heck of a time getting those down and reset up before the next match, but I have confidence in the RLWF staff, the best crew in the business. Everyone back in the ring, but no tables set up as of yet. Tama Tonga looking to rectify that, has a table set up. Scott down in the corner still.
What is she thinking here?
And the table once again collapses before anyone has the opportunity to put it to good use. Tonga and Scott lock up. Jesse Scott 2-on-1 here.
Taking it to the floor. What's she gonna do?
Rachel Warren hard into the other set of steps. All right, both members of they just threw the tables at each other for no reason. What are you doing, Tama Tonga and Mahler?
Right to the spine.
This is absolute chaos in the ring. I mean, I don't know whether Tama Tonga and Mahler, do they just not get the concept of a table match? Do they not understand how that works?
I don't know what they're looking for here.
Vex, welcome in, by the way.
If she just flipped the script of this match, courtesy of the table.
Jesse Scott brings Tama Tonga to the table. Is this going to be it? Head first, but not through.
Spinning kick to the gut.
Rachel Warren sets one up in the corner. It is a race to put someone through a table.
One response after another, back and forth we go. Kick to the gut.
Tama Tonga
Now in the line of fire.
in the corner, but Mahler blocking Jesse Scott from getting to her. But here comes Jesse Scott. There you go. Oh, there you go. Double table elimination by the Gate Crashers. 2 for the price of 1.
You son of a bitch.
Vex for the sub. Thank you very, very much, Vex. Much appreciated. Feel free to join the Discord and get your own superstar here in the RLWF.
This tables match, one of the best table matches I've ever seen.
Maybe a little hyperbolic, but these two.
Those stairs still awkwardly wedged into the corner, but it doesn't matter to the Gate Crashers. With the double table elimination against Tonga and Mahler, the crowd going crazy for that finish. What a win. All right, singles action coming out first.
The following contest is scheduled
Making a rare singles appearance.
from Kamakura, Kanagawa, Japan. Weighing in at
It is Akira Katsuyori from the Rising Suns.
Akira Katsuyori.
Everyone in this match is competing at such a high level. I predict one of the most competitive matches we've seen in a very
Akira
long time.
Katsuyori. Looks like he is ready to go, but who is his opponent going to be? I will tell you, because they are going to be making their RLWF debut tonight.
And here comes one of my favorites.
Unless I screwed something up, but I did not.
And his opponent from Lisbon, Portugal.
I did. It did get screwed up.
5 pounds. Harris.
Oh, it did get screwed up.
Highly motivated competitors in
Why
this
did it do
match,
that?
looking to steal the show and capture the attention of the entire
There you go. It is
WWE
Harris the
Universe.
Cursed Hair. This is not his intro. This is not his entrance, so ignore this entrance. That will be fixed. I literally don't know how that happened. We'll fix the intro. We'll fix the intro. But the point is, Harris Hair making his debut.
Looking into the eyes of this competitor tonight, you know he understands the significance of this match. This is an opportunity to make
Akira
headway on the roster.
welcoming the newcomer with a few knife-edge chops.
Someone ready to claim a spot at the top.
And locks in the submission hold already. Akira
Elbows his way out.
trying to finish off the new guy early. My apologies, buddy. I don't know what happened. I literally have no idea how that was possible. But I will fix that after the stream. I even tested it. I showed you the test footage and it worked perfectly fine. I don't know what happened. Akira off the ropes. Harris Hair. Oh!
Japanese arm drag.
Beautifully executed Japanese arm drag. And then a drop kick. Akira takes a moment to rest outside of the ring. And Harris right out after him. They're going to continue this at ringside. Shot to the gut. Nice combination into the DDT. That'll flatten your mohawk.
It's nothing he hasn't been through before. He deflects it right back. Goes under the ropes
And
to get
Harris
back
Hair
inside.
tosses Akira back in. Harris Hair looking impressive thus far. Locks in a submission hold. Putting a squeeze onto Akira's melon, but he manages to get his way out of it there. Irish whip into the corner, and boom, the big boot flattens him. Oh my God. Standing shooting star press, goes for the pin. No dice. Harris Hair looking impressive thus far. Oh, nice dodge by Akira. But Harris has him against the ropes.
Using the rope.
And trying to pull the arm right out of the socket.
You can do with a bum wing, guys.
He isn't allowing that burst of attacks to finish him.
Akira has him up and dropped off the ropes.
He can do it here.
Akira going for the pin. Seems optimistic, and it is indeed only the 2 counts.
He really thought that was it.
Look at this. Snap suplex.
Suplex by Akira. And the drop kick. Akira coming back strong.
What's he have here?
DDT.
DDT.
Hooks the leg again. Is that going to be enough?
Into the pin.
It is not only a 1 count
Expect
this time.
victory yet.
Blocked by Hair.
The attack. These two
Reversal by Akira.
they each are.
Irish whip into the ropes. And nicely executed by Akira.
Kick right on point.
And Akira not letting the rookie off easy by any stretch of the imagination. Harris Hair on the apron, taking a beating.
Oh, look at this.
Akira coming out to join him and dropping him back first off that apron. Painful.
And he can't defend any offense coming his way.
In this situation, he has
And
to
now
get
Akira
this
feeling
result.
pretty confident. Going right back to work against Harris Hair. I mean, I don't know how protective that face mask is. Probably not as much as he would be hoping for right now. As Akira laying it on him pretty thick.
He may be in a
DDT Akira.
Not a bad place to be in, but the longer this goes, the more trouble a superstar exposes themselves to.
Reversal by Hair. Reversal by Akira. Akira doing a great job of not letting Harris Hair build momentum at this point. He's going to try again, though. Sends him back into the ring. I think that's probably a wise idea. Against the ropes.
Snapmare.
Off the ropes and boom! Oh, a huge kick and a stomp. And now Harris Hair going top rope and pow! Stomp right to the chest, hooks the leg. That might be it for Akira. It is. Wow. Wow, looked a little shaky there in the latter half for Harris Hair, but came back big. I will point out to you, Colm, that was not a coup de grace. That was, I believe, a diving double stomp 2. The Easter Wish, I will have you know. It is a completely different and legally distinct finisher from the FTN. All right? Listen, the point is, there's your winner. Ignore this victory. This also is the wrong victory. The music is wrong. The intro is wrong. The victory is wrong. All that's wrong. But what is right is that Harris Hair is here in the RLWF and chalks up a victory in its very first match. Congratulations.
Here we go. She is ready.
All right. Singles action on the ladies' side right now, and there she is, Silencio.
Making her way to the ring from Madrid, Spain.
Silencio. Now Silencio, the Spanish assassin,
have been waiting all day to get their hands on each other.
Making her way to the ring. Now Silencio is the front of the line case holder on the women's side. Did not bring it to ring with her tonight, but we haven't seen a lot from Silencio lately. I feel like she is hiding. I feel like not hiding. I think she's lying in wait, looking to catch Marcella Droese unawares, perhaps, to cash in that case for a title shot. But tonight she's got to focus on this superstar, Bobby. Again, another superstar electrifying. The fans have taken to immediately, obviously. Bobby merch, incredible sellers. Incredibly hot sellers at www.rlwf.com/merch, not a real website. And there you go, Bobby versus Silencio. Let me start that prediction. You can let me know who you think is going to win.
The bell rings and our Falls Count Anywhere match is officially underway.
What is a Falls Count Anywhere match, you might ask? It's exactly what
Bobby
it says
sends
on the box.
Silencio hard into the corner, bounces her right back out.
And I do mean any location.
Bobby going hard right off the bat, wasting no time against Silencio.
Impressive counter.
Oh, what a spine buster from Silencio. You don't see that too much from her.
She turns it around.
Bobby already with the counter, though. Oof. Vicious knife edge chops, and Silencio has no response for the offense of Bobby. Absolute domination thus far.
Quick pin attempt here.
Going for the quick pin, and only got the one count. Again, Silencio getting her butt handed to her in this match, but no chump in that ring, that's for sure.
No DQ is your own imagination.
Reversed into a shoulder tackle, another counter by Silencio, trying to get something going, and boom! Knee to the face, they lock up again, and Silencio sends Bobby all the way to the outside. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match, so pins and submissions do count. Oh! That head hit the edge of the ramp there. As you can see, that is bare metal. No padding at all there. And Silencio takes a little walk. The referee wisely keeping an eye on Silencio. You never know what she's going to do. Dodges the attack from Bobby. They lock up, and Bobby sends her hard into those steps, which you can see the crew have already got those steps down. No problem.
Strong kick out there. She's still in this one.
And Bobby with the hip drop.
See that?
She's getting
And now
something
Bobby
into the ring.
under the ring looking for a little inspiration in the form of a kendo stick. Changes her mind and pays for it immediately. Low drop kick and a pin. Only a 1 count.
To not even allow a 2 count at this juncture.
Silencio arguing it with the referee. Like, you got a 1 count, Silencio. Come on now.
Sweeps the legs.
I mean, she's not arguing. She doesn't speak. But that look, you know what I mean? Fighting it out next to the announcer's table.
Agility like that is what can set you apart from the rest of the locker room.
Oof. And a straight right from Bobby.
Falls count anywhere matches are absolutely
Silencio has just not been able to get anything going of significance in this match so far. Bobby
That's right, Corey. That was a shining wizard.
in control.
Tapping the leg.
And DDT on the foot.
Could be it.
Oh, and the sneaky roll-up by Silencio, the referee. Peter Jordan said, I don't think realized what was going on until it was too late.
Stage in the match.
There's the heel kick.
She manages to get control.
They lock up, and Bobby has her hard into that barricade. Crumples her. Hooks the leg. A lot of quick pins here.
She gets the
Only got the 2 counts.
Competitors digging deep into their well to keep this match going.
And Silencio once again tossed into those steel steps.
Oh, face first.
Face first into the concretes.
You can't take much more of this.
If she didn't need a mask before that, she's going to need to it after.
Don't say, Saxton.
Bobby's got the kendo stick again. This time she's going to use it.
And this is as much
Couple of pops to the noggin. And a third.
right after the other. Can't be
And Silencio with the jumping knee out of nowhere. Got the 2 count. Wow. Stunned her for a moment. Thought she was going to take the opportunity to take a pin. Why not? And the big backbreaker. Bunny trash talking the Kira. I'm loving it in chat. You gotta love the confidence. Swinging neck breaker by Silencio. Is that gonna be enough to put away Bobby? It is not. Bobby still in this match.
And you see a perplexed look now for how such impactful offense couldn't gain a pinfall.
Into a double knee drop.
And Silencio in control for now, but Bobby with a nice counter.
Jumping
Stomp to the midsection.
Can she capitalize? Thrown back in under the ropes. Absolutely no.
Silencio tossed into the ring. Bobby has a chair. And, oh, nice dodge by Silencio. She has her against the ropes. Irish whip. And that goes nowhere. Silencio, German into a bridge. And the 3 count. Your winner, Silencio. Wow.
And here's another peek at some of the more memorable
Amazing.
parts of
Amazing. To be honest, a little bit of a shocking finish there. I think Bobby was dominating for a good part of that match, but let me tell you, Silencio
the match. And if you're getting a victory like that, you gotta be feeling
with the sneaky pin and a victory.
She worked hard for this win, and now she gets to enjoy
Marcella
the payoff.
Droese better be paying attention because that could be the woman coming for her belt with that front of the line case.
One of the best superstars.
All right, over to the men's division now, and coming out first.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from small town USA.
Mr. Clean.
Weighing in at 225 pounds, Mr. C.
Take a look at
Mr. Clean.
here. You can see exactly why the WWE Universe is
Mr.
so
Clean, the
amped
kind of
up
guy
for this
that
one.
will come to your house while you're at work, sleep with your girlfriend, but clean up your entire place before he leaves. So, you know, hits and misses. Hits and misses is what I'm saying. Mr. Clean heading to the ring. Get ready for the disinfecting pyro that is going to bathe ringside and probably shave off a few eyebrows from the
guy who treats
RLWF
every
fans in the
match
front
as if
row.
it's
There you go.
his career. He definitely plans to
Mr.
steal
Clean.
tonight.
And who is his opponent going to be? From Seattle, Washington, your Twitch champion, Course Grind. Look at that belt, looks good on him. He is going to have to defend that next week. The big wheel is going to get a spin. And our Lord and Savior, Rando Lando, is going to bestow his favor on one community member.
Working out at the countless members of the WWE
And now Harris Hare on that wheel.
here.
Theoretically, Harris Hare could be competing for a belt in his second match. That's how crazy the Twitch Championship gets. Jocko, I did double check because I wasn't sure. Jocko still is on the wheel, so Jocko could potentially
He may not
be
defending the
in a
championship
Twitch
tonight,
Championship
but his
match
pride is
next
always
week.
on the line.
And were he to get the Twitch Championship match next week and win it, Pure would have all three men's singles belts, which is absolute madness. But that is up to Rando Lando. That is not up to me. All right, looks like we are ready to go.
A strong chance to make a statement at the expense of a title.
There's the prediction. You can let me know who you think is going to win this match.
W against a champ is a big feather in your cap.
More importantly, a potential sign of things to come.
Again, if this is your first time joining us here at the RLWF and you'd like to have your very own superstar, all you need to do, drop a sub on the Twitch channel or contribute 5,000 channel points, easy to earn,
He's the champ, and he's allowed to decide what to do with his title.
and you're in. It's just that simple.
DDT.
Kneeling.
He reverses it.
Already to the outside, slugging away here, back and forth.
The attack with a hit to the gut.
Two big tough customers here. Nice suplex.
And gets
Or,
tossed
yes,
back
Bunny
into
is
the
correct. Or also watch a 55-minute match all the way through.
mat. He's taking this to the floor now.
And Course Grind
Disrupts the attack with an elbow straight to the mouth.
reversed by Clean, and Clean another reversal.
Time to go for a ride.
And boom. Look at the exploder suplex by Mr. Clean. Again, listen,
Torture their opponent.
one of the many things that Mr. Clean is very definitely against, it is coffee stains.
Oh, man.
So you can imagine there is a lot of beef between these two.
Working smarter, not harder. That's what I say.
I mean, could you imagine just a ring of brown coffee stain on that glimmering white shirt? It would drive Mr. Clean into a frenzy, an absolute frenzy.
He takes control.
Every maneuver being return with counter fire.
Missed on the drop kick. And course grind has him up. And dropped off that top rope.
Hoisted up. Incredible.
Power slam, hooks the leg.
Into the pin attempt.
Showing his determination
No
there
dice.
with that kick out.
Unleashing a barrage on their opponent.
Maz, did you forget the 55-minute match, or did your brain block it for your own sanity? I think either just as likely. Another reversal by Mr. Clean, but look at that dodging roll by course grind into the DDT. Unbelievable. Now off the ropes. Oh, missed on the splash. Clean got the knees up.
Hoisted up. Snap suplex. Oh my gosh.
Listen, $250 seems like a lot to clean and polish the title, Colm, but the All-Star Championship would have never been as clean as it ever. In the entire, like, fresh from the factory clean. That's what you would have got. So I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it.
Shot after shot. Ruthless striking.
Mr. Clean. Feeling confident. And boom! There you go. The Magic Eraser, no.
He is simply refusing to
Does
stay down.
not get the 3 count. Course grind hanging in there. He's got him in the arm bar now. But here comes course grind.
Fought back with a
Shots to the midsection. Powers about in another DDT. Trying to crack that bald dome like an egg. Course grind takes a shot on the outside. He's coming out to join him and
It's gonna be really bad.
drops him back first on the apron. Course grind just absolutely stomping away on Mr. Clean. Tosses him into the barricade foot first. I think my only fear is that if Mr. Clean wins, say the like if Mr. Clean won the Twitch Championship, is he going to scrub it so hard that it's not purple anymore? Like, is it going to be all gleaming white? We may have to see. Mr. Clean may demand a custom white belt if he wins. I don't know. We have not traditionally done custom belts here in the RLWF. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, I suppose. Irish whip into the ropes and power slam by Mr. Clean. And now continuing
Just unloading.
to pummel away on course grind. This has been an absolute street fight between these two so far.
Get some control in there. His aggression, just pure brutality.
And Mr. Clean having a few words with the crowd. Talking with them about the benefits of antibacterial foam. And boom! Big power slam. And only a 2 count. Only the 2 count. I took my eyes off the screen for just a second. That might have been the French press. That might have been his finisher. But Mr. Clean has him up. And boom! There you go. That's his finisher for sure. And course grind. Mr. Clean can't believe it.
How much is left after that?
Unbelievable.
That should have been the end.
2 finishers, 2 pins, 2 counts, no wins. Although course grind bleeding after that last flurry from Mr. Clean. He's got him up and power slam again. Course grind, putting those muscles to good use.
Off the ropes, there's a reversal.
And catches him midair into the power slam. How many power slams can one body absorb? There's your 3 count, course grind. finally puts away Mr. Clean after a brutal match. A brutal match. Okay, seeing the replay, I believe that was indeed his finisher. The French press. But power slam and power slam and power slam. And finally, Course Grind gets the win. Listen, he is looking good for his championship defense next week. Stay tuned to find out who his opponent will be. Lots of good storylines in the mix. We will have to wait and see. But for now, victory for Course Grind. All right, Fatal 4-Way. Elimination. Out first.
The following contest.
One half of the Anarchists, it is Gabriel Reed.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Anarchists from Akron, Ohio, weighing in at 276 pounds, Gabriel Reed.
Gabriel Reed making his way to the ring. Again, we are trying to get more of our tag team participants in singles matches to show everybody what they can do. And I am eager to see how Gabriel Reed is going to perform. We are going to skip through some of these intros because it is a Fatal 4-Way elimination match. Coming out next, fresh off of his loss, heartbreaking loss in the main event at the Suns Out, Guns Out pay-per-view. But listen, you can't keep a man like Pee Wee Nguyen down. The man is a powerful force of positivity.
He said he'll be making a statement in this match tonight,
and a Pee Wee Nguyen, listen, we gotta at least let him get in the wiggle. There's the wiggle. That's what the fans are here for. Next up,
The WWE Universe just exploded.
we hear a chorus of boos from the crowd.
And representing the Blue Bloods.
And here you go, from the Blue Bloods, it is Lord Philip Osborne.
Lord Philip Osborne.
Again, rare solo appearance from Lord Philip, but here he comes to the ring, and immaculately dressed. You got to give him that. For everything else you can say about the Blue Bloods. Are they arrogant? Yes. Are they entitled? Yes. Do they treat waitstaff very poorly? You wouldn't believe it, but sharp dresser. Sharp dresser. I'm going to say it. Lord Philip looking on at the RLWF fans in absolute disgust. But taking too long to get to the ring, so we are skipping right past him.
Yeah, now we're talking.
And the final participant, you know we're going to be skipping most of this intro because it is too long, and I should change it. Someone remind me to do so, and I will see if I can find a better alternative. But no matter what intro he comes in under, the joke's on us. It is the Jester. Again, the Jester, another superstar who hasn't been appearing all that much as of late.
Well, I happen to know for a fact that they are completely trustworthy.
But he is here tonight looking to make an impact in this Fatal 4-Way elimination match. And we are going to skip the intro. Let me start the prediction. You can let me know who you think is going to win. Bet those channel points because 5,000 will get you your very own superstar in the RLWF. There's the bell. And Lord Philip goes after Gabriel Reed. They have faced off in the tag team division many, many times. Pee Wee going after Jester, going for a pin already. No dice. Lord Philip going after those apparently physics-defying steel steps.
by the turnbuckles.
Thanks, Maz. Very helpful. Thank you.
Shoulder rake in the midsection.
The Jester attacking Lord Phillip from behind. Sent into the corner by Gabriel Reed, and Pee-wee did not get an opportunity to use those steel steps on Gabriel. He caught him.
Interference has to be a concern to these superstars.
While it certainly can
Gabriel on the apron. Lord Phillip against the ropes.
Is getting the win.
And the Jester working on that knee. And Pee-wee very helpfully brings Gabriel Reed back into the ring.
I'm not sure if it's resilience or stupidity that's going to drive it.
Suplex by Pee-wee.
Will this be enough?
Goes to the pin on Gabriel Reed. I can't imagine that's enough. It's not even close.
Kick out, but you have to wonder if he can keep it up.
Pee-wee locks up with the Jester as Lord Phillip and Gabriel roll out of the ring.
Step ahead there.
Jester has the steel steps now, but Pee-wee sneaks up from behind and tosses him to the apron.
He's trying
And back into the ring.
one more time, but he's got to strike soon. Not the pretty
Reed and Osborne here going at it on the at ringside.
maneuver there. Ooh, an
Hard to grab or apply a proper hold.
Oh, look at this. Sleeper hold locked in by Lord Phillip. But there is the jawbreaker reversal by Reed. The Jester keeps trying to use those steps and keeps being denied by Pee-wee. Oh, butt first. Into Pee-wee. 2. Oh, I thought that would have been a humiliating way for Pee-wee to get out of this match, that's for sure.
clobbered by the steps.
That'll make you reassess.
Lord Phillip having much more luck with the steps on the outside of the ring. Swinging neckbreaker by the Jester.
To the face. What a redirect.
And sit out powerbomb to the concrete by Gabriel Reed. He says, "You're done, Lord Phillip, you're done." But he's got to get him back in the ring if he wants to pin him, and he does just that.
He's certainly lining him up, but he's wasting too much time.
The Jester continues his attack on Pee-wee, who rolls out of the ring. Looks like Pee-wee's going out of the ring. Look at the pop-up flapjack. Pee-wee's got a chair. And boom! Hits Gabriel Reed with it. Goes to the pin. Not enough. Gabriel kicks out at 2. And Pee-wee and the Jester teaming up on Lord Phillip there with the neckbreaker.
Got him set up in the corner of the ring.
Reed has Pee-wee against the ropes, but
Right in there.
Pee-wee backdrops him to the outside.
Hooked up. Into the power side slam.
And a side slam on the Jester.
Yeah, this fatal foot.
Going into the corner.
Pee-wee locking in the submission hold, trying to get the Jester out of this match. Will he be the first participant eliminated? Absolutely not. The Jester able to get his way out of it. And oh, the low blow. Pee-wee Nguyen got hit right in the Pee-wee. Jester hooks the leg. Dirty pin. The ref doesn't see it. But Pee-wee manages to kick out anyway. But now the Jester has him. There's the carousel. And that's got to be it for Pee-wee. That's got to be it. It is not Pee-wee. Unbelievable.
Kicked out, and I'll tell you what, I don't really think he knows either. All of that work.
How Pee-wee has managed to stay in this match, I have no idea. And now
These competitors have been unloading on each other since
he is sent hard to the outside by the Jester, who follows that with a chair. In the meantime, Lord Phillip going after Gabriel Reed. Lord Phillip changed his mind now, saw Jester sneaking up on him with a chair. Right in the mummy daddy button, indeed, Maz. And I agree, Jocko will always be king of the nut shot here in the RLWF, but
This isn't the smartest thing to do. Antagonizing
still
your
painful.
opponent instead of attacking him.
And now Reed and Osborne out on the ramp continue their battle.
Screens, exposed metal, ledges, so much could go wrong very quickly.
Looking for something.
Pee Wee under the ring. He's got a baseball bat. Lord Phillip doesn't see him as he goes after the Jester.
Cross the shoulders, up and...
Ooh, lung blower on the Jester. Pee Wee not able to use that baseball bat as Gabriel Reed stopped him before he had a chance.
He climbs into the ring.
Reed back in and back out again to go after Lord Phillip. The Jester, give it up with the steps. He's obsessed with the steps. Big drop kick. Chaos at ringside right now. Jester tosses Phillip in. And now Gabriel Reed tosses him in as well. Jester hops into the ring. I mean, you gotta think that Pee Wee is not long for this match, but he rolls out. I mean, he's got a good strategy. Gabriel dodges the elbow off the ropes. The Jester... the Jester using the Cross of Pain, using Gabriel Reed's own tag team partner's finisher on him. Classic Jester move. But Gabriel Reed does not submit. Big boot by Pee Wee on Lord Phillip into a senton. Hooks the leg. Is that going to be it for Lord Phillip? No, it is not. Gets that shoulder up.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the building thought that was going to be the end of it, myself included.
And Reed with a big boot to the chin of Pee Wee win. Rolls him over, hooks the leg. That could very well be it. Pee Wee has taken a lot of punishment. And he's done. Gabriel Reed eliminates Pee Wee win. And we are down to 3. The Jester was setting up Lord Phillip for the carousel, and Gabriel Reed attacked him, now going for the pin. And the 3 count. Gabriel Reed on fire. That's 2 eliminations inside of a minute. And now it is 1-on-1 Gabriel Reed versus Lord Phillip Osborne. And Gabriel Reed on an absolute tear right now. Has him up and boom, powerbombed onto the concrete. Buddy, 0-11. I mean, it's almost more difficult to go 0-11 than 11-0. I mean, I imagine. I'm not a math expert. If there's any statisticians, let me know. I think it's probably the exact same. But Gabriel Reed continues just to absolutely pummel him. He's got him by the throat here. And boom. Oh! Almost punched right through him. Has him up and backpack stunner. Lord Phillip getting turned into hamburger here at ringside by Gabriel Reed. Tossed into the announcer's table. And finally, Gabriel Reed tosses him back into the ring. It is not looking good for Lord Phillip here. Gabriel Reed, I think, tired out from beating on Lord Phillip so vigorously.
He now just looks helpless to every attack.
Yeah, he has to pull out some.
And he's got him up, and boom, there's the power bomb. Lord Phillip crawling his way to the corner, trying to find any escape, but not finding it. There's the reversal out of desperation, trying to get something going. He's got him up, though. And, oh, the lung blower.
Taking this match off the mat now.
Going top rope. Hits him with the knee. Going for the pin. Is Lord Phillip going to steal this match? No, he is not. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Gabriel Reed gets the shoulder up. Lord Phillip furious about not catching the 3. He's got him up again, and boom, air raid crash. That could very well be it, but Lord Phillip does not look like he's done yet. He's got a kendo stick. and putting it to use.
His eyes are fixated. He's looking to end this.
Gabriel Reed struggles to his feet. Lord Phillip stalking him, but there's the timely reversal, and then the flying forearm. That could very well be it. It is not. Lord Phillip once again gets the shoulder up. Unbelievable. And locks in the submission hold. Is he going to get Lord Phillip to tap?
It might be the smart move.
He is putting the squeeze on that knee. But Lord Phillip rolls his way out.
Off the WWE Universe, this place is starting to rock.
Hooks the leg. Is that enough? It is Lord Phillip. Lord Phillip. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, stole that from Gabriel Reed. Gabriel Reed eliminated both other competitors.
It's one of the most unpredictable and entertaining matches in WWE.
But Lord Phillip manages to squeak out the win. An impressive display. And there he is, eliminating the Jester. But Lord Phillip with that maneuver hooks the leg, gets the 3, and gets the victory in this fatal 4-way elimination match. Your winner, Lord Phillip Osborne.
That superstar survived against enormous odds in this elimination match. Defying the odds, accomplishing the
A chorus of boos. The fans were really hoping Gabriel Reed was going to pull that victory out, but once again, Lord Osborne proving himself the superior man. One-on-one action, and out first. Here he comes, Curt Wide.
The following contest
Picked up a big victory at the Suns Out, Guns Out pay-per-view in a triple threat steel cage match.
At 275 pounds,
Here's a superstar.
Curt Wide.
Oh, yes. How dare a superstar take pride in their
Wild by name, wild by intro. Curt Wide.
Look, there's having pride in your work, but this superstar is just overbearing.
Oh, I see, Maz. I see.
The right
Okay.
amount of bearing, actually.
Listen, the Lord Phillip and Lord Everett, I think, are a pretty tight team. I think they're the only other person in the RLWF, or probably in America in general, that they can stand. So, but again, I think that both would be more than capable, which is why we're trying to showcase more tag team talent in the singles division. But the singles division also packed with talent, i.e., Curt Wide here. We'll let him stare through your soul for just a little bit. And his opponent, representing the Cure and accompanied to the ring by Jocko, your all-star champion, FTN Colm.
weighing in at 219 pounds, the
I think Colm has even a little extra swagger. Extra swagger in his step since winning the All-Star Championship.
For this match to start,
And who could blame him? Jocko. Now, we have been promised that this is going to be a clean match, but I don't know how many people here are believing it. Curt Wide is certainly going to have eyes in the back of his head, keeping an eye open on Jocko. Shenanigans are indeed afoot. I think that we are going to be shenanigan heavy. The shenanigan slider all the way at maximum when it comes to the Cure. Let me start the predictions. You can let me know who you think is going to win this match.
And even with this being a non-title match, the mood always changes.
They
when a
lock up
champion enters the arena.
and a neck breaker by Colm.
Before they gain their title is old news now. There's a strong chance that this could
THP
be a
is
reign
backstage
that
with a
shapes
sledgehammer ready
WWE
just in case.
for years to come.
Jocko and Colm are not enough to contain Curt Wide.
Sense of where things are headed tonight.
But he has to put away the challenger here tonight, and that is easier said than done, especially considering
Colm not needing any assistance
and
thus far.
focused this superstar is on earning a
taking it
future
to Curt
championship
Wide.
opportunity.
Big knee to the side of the head, and how about one more just for fun? And you know what? Here's a third one for your mom.
With these knee strikes.
Answering back.
Reversal by Wild, trying to get something going. Locks up. Nice suplex. But here comes Colm. Look at this combination. Finishes him off with a knee to the face. Hooks the leg. That's only a 1 count. Only a 1 count.
To hold him down.
Firm control.
And another boot to the face. Colm has been absolutely dominating so far in this match. And Jocko has had to do nothing but just sit around and enjoy. Best seat in the house.
Just mangling
And
the
now,
opposition.
the most electrifying move in sports entertainment, the wrist lock.
Pain at
Colm
will.
on the middle rope. And missed in, listen, let's just call it hilarious fashion. Curt Wide taking advantage. Knocks him into the corner. Big chop. Turns him around. What's he going to be doing here? Oh, twisting that arm.
Foot just stomping down.
And Curt Wide finally getting a few licks of his own in here.
He's feeling the effects of that.
Missed
Son
on
of
that
a
move, though.
bitch.
Before I forget, let's go Colm.
Jocko with the sub, much appreciated, much appreciated. 5 months. Thank you very much, Jocko.
Leg sweep. Rapid fire rights over and over. Oh, stop.
Jocko getting pumped up, feeling the energy, trying to bribe me for cure. I mean, listen, I'm open to bribery.
Opportunity to regain some
I'm open to bribery. DDT by Colm. And oh! Pele kick flattens Curt Wide. Colm repositioning here. Is he going to be going for a pin? Or yes, he is. Hooks the leg. That might very well be it.
Pushes through after 2.
Curt Wide manages to kick out after the 2 counts.
Setting him up.
And boom, look at that. Face first into the mat.
Zone right now.
Yeah, this match is in his favor.
Colm going top rope. And oh, missed on the FTN.
Submission move. Fujora.
And an armbar submission locked in by Curt Wide immediately. But Colm, look at this impressive escape from the submission hold. Oh! There's the thrust kick out of nowhere. Curt Wide. Oh, only got the 2 count.
Some serious hurt, but somehow he's still in this. I think he
Hey,
Speaking of
Maz with the bribery.
let's go Kurt.
I've lost count of how many times.
Much appreciated, Maz. Much appreciated, sir.
Wicked kick to the lower back.
Let me just adjust Kurt's slider up a little bit there. Hang on.
Oh, look at this. Look at
Kurt's got him up and power him on.
He is just reeling from that offense.
There's been plenty of action in this
Everyone
match,
heads to
and
the
the
outside.
confidence is really showing now.
Poke, you shut up. It's not time for Jocko. Jocko's been on his best behavior so far. They promised a clean match, and that's what we've got so far. I am impressed with the cure thus far.
Taking it outside the ring now. He's got
Hip toss reversal by Colm. Missed on the knee. Curt Wide hits him with the clothesline. They lock up again. Wide has him up. And face first off the apron.
first into the apron. Just defenseless as the momentum is against him.
He's just on the wrong side of every maneuver.
And a couple of slaps to the face there before Colm is sent back into the ring. Jocko playing Pokemon Go at ringside. Pay attention to the match, Jocko. Colm is split open. There's the pin. Only got the 2 count. Curt Wide setting him up, though. This could be curtains for Colm. Boom! There's the kick again. Hooks the leg. And the victory. And the victory. Listen, the Cure promised a clean match, and that's exactly what they gave. It is a little suspicious that as soon as they do a clean match, Colm loses. Kind of makes you wonder if perhaps Colm's numbers haven't been artificially inflated, but we're not going to get into all that. Listen, let's not take it away. I mean, listen, the good news is that man right there, Curt Wide, got an impressive victory over a strong champion. And even better, Jocko got a Charizard, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Why did I say Charizard? Because I'm old and I've forgotten all my Pokemon because I'm a grown man. I only know Pokemon because I had my son would play it when I was a kid. I know that Charizard is a thing. Aren't you proud of me? Okay, listen. This has gone off the rails. The point is, Colm lost. Curt won. Great match. All right, tag team action. Coming up next. Chat is nervous. Coming out first, Hannibal Armstrong and Carter Ford, Slaughterhouse.
On the way to the ring.
Come here.
Combined weight of 614 pounds.
You are looking at a team that
Baron Max.
tag clinic every time they compete. But tonight,
Dropping things all over the place. Baron Max. You just missed Jocko. You were sleeping. He's upset now. He missed Jocko. Don't worry, Jocko didn't do anything. He didn't miss anything at all. There we go. We got the Baron Max emotes in chat going. What do you think, buddy? Who do you think is going to win? Slaughterhouse or their opponents? Your RLWF Tag Team Champions. After an impressive victory at the pay-per-view to retain, it is Bad Ben Cross and Lee Bowman, the Crossbows.
Of 567 pounds, the men's tag team champions.
How you doing, buddy?
The moment this match was announced, the WWE Universe has expected a
I'm publicly shaming you
to deliver.
because you pooped on my blanket. Didn't you? You've never done that before. I am publicly shaming you on the internet. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. It was an accident. It happens. Crossbows in a non-title match against a Slaughterhouse. Exactly, Jocko. Exactly. Dude, are you just gonna fall asleep? Should I just hold you? What are you doing? Here, come here. There you go.
And this tag team match
Sleepy time for Max, I think.
Exciting action.
These teams want the win.
Hannibal Armstrong starting off against Lee Bowman. Let me start the prediction.
Superstars look like they're all business, not a weak link among them.
You can let me know who you think is going to win. Hannibal dragging Bowman to the corner, and we're going to see a little tag team action. Big shot to the gut there by Carter Ford. Carter Ford going for the pin already. Wouldn't that be nice, chat?
Way too
No
soon
such
for
luck.
him to be thinking about a pin. Lands the haymaker.
Carter Ford. Head first into the turnbuckle goes Lee Bowman, and we're going to see a little more tag team action. Our
Double shoulder block.
double shoulder block there.
Offense in effect. A good team knows how to truly work
And
as one.
Hannibal Armstrong. I thought Hannibal Armstrong was going to go after Peter Jordanson there for a second.
Takes out the knee.
Jordanson didn't even flinch.
Ooh.
Hannibal knocks him to ringside, and now he's got his mitts on Ben Cross.
Risky. This will not end well.
Drops back first onto the apron. Lee Bowman comes around to help out his partner.
Serious damage.
Baron Max is out of here. Lee Bowman with a series of combinations there. And now a bear hug on Hannibal Armstrong.
Cinched in. Gotta find a way out and catch your breath. Look at this.
But Armstrong fighting his way out of that one.
And escaping the bear hug.
And now Armstrong sent hard into the
Easier said than done.
announcer's table.
Anyone else's well-being.
He's testing fate here in danger.
Tossed into the ring.
Beat the count back in. This one will continue. Will this be enough?
Hooks the leg.
Kick out.
Only a one count. Only a one
As
count.
far as he needs to.
Reversal. Can he take advantage?
Bowman and Armstrong continuing trading punches, and Armstrong taking a bit of a shellacking here from Lee Bowman. Lee Bowman heads out to help his partner, who is being hoisted high above his head and dropped. His face just barely missing the apron there. And now Lee Bowman continues his attack on Hannibal Armstrong. Jeremiah, welcome in, sir. Welcome in.
Uh-oh, this is just vicious.
Let him break his arm. Vicious.
Hannibal Armstrong needs to get back in the ring and get a tag to his partner.
Going counter for counter. Now can it be capitalized on?
The referee counting, urging them to get in the ring.
Lee Bowman tossed out to the ramp. I'm not sure what the count is out. Oof. Hannibal back in, makes the tag to Carter Ford. Lee Bowman has to run to get back in the ring in time to beat the count.
Caught by the back of the elbow.
But Carter Ford, the legal man, in now.
And another counter. Put in position.
He's got him up, and snake eyes off that top turnbuckle. You missed everything, Jeremiah. We've only got, I think, just one more match after this one here. Harris Hare had their debut, but I screwed up the intro, so other than that, it went fine. And we've had, of course, an incredible slate of fantastic matches tonight. Carter Ford taking on both members of the Crossbows here and paying for it immediately. Bowman crumpled into the corner there. Carter Ford hits Ben Cross and now brings him into the ring the hard way. Lee Bowman getting to his feet. He's at a 6 count. He better get back in that ring. Bad Ben is not the legal man in the ring. Carter Ford is just killing time, I think, by pummeling Lee Bowman's partner. Bowman finally back in the ring now. Sends Carter into the corner. And there's the reversal by Ford. Ford with the running boot to the face. Hooks the leg. Bad Ben in there immediately to break up the pin. Hannibal goes over to have a couple of words with Bad Ben in the meantime. The referee trying to get the big man out of the ring. In the meantime, we're going to see a little double team action here from Crossbows. And a big shot to the midsection by Cross. Irish whip into the ropes. Oh! And the spinning forearm. Bad Ben off the ropes. Hits the splash. Hannibal Armstrong calling for that tag, but Carter Ford in no condition to offer it. A couple of hip drops to the back of Carter Ford. Carter Ford attacking from behind. Pump handle backbreaker. Nicely executed. Hooks the leg, but there's Lee Bowman to break things up. You just woke up, Jeremiah. It's fine. Takes a little while for the brain to catch up. Nice reversal there by Carter Ford on Ben Cross, tossing him across the ring. But Cross has him against the ropes. Tosses him to the outside, but I don't think Bad Ben has done it. Lee Bowman. I think that Ben Cross was planning on doing something, but Lee Bowman took over. Carter Ford rolls out. Hannibal Armstrong finally shakes off the cobwebs, heads back to his corner. And Bad Ben takes a pot shot at Hannibal Armstrong, tosses him into the ring. And now Carter Ford back in. Big headbutt on Carter Ford. Bad Ben dragging Ford to the corner, head first into the turnbuckle. And more tag team action. Whips him into the corner. Double knee, and then boom! The Bronco Buster. What a finisher. Well, not a finisher. What a tag team maneuver. And Carter Ford. Listen, Slaughterhouse taking an absolute shellacking here against Crossbow so far. There's a double power slam. Finally, Carter Ford manages to kick him away. No clue why Carter Ford would not go for a tag there against Hannibal Armstrong. Finally dragging Lee over, and I'm sure we're going to see a tag here. But first, a little bit of cooperative damage. They've got him both. What are they doing? What is going on here? They've got Lee Bowman on the top rope. Oh! Unbelievable maneuver. And Hannibal, of course, takes a cheap shot at Bad Ben while he's out there.
Oh, gosh. Suplex, spine crushing.
Carter Ford tossed into the ring by Lee Bowman.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
But Hannibal
And he throws the opposition back into the ring.
sneaks up from behind, tosses him in there. Hannibal having a few words with the crowd. Lee Bowman again attacking Carter Ford. Carter Ford is not the legal man in the ring.
Impact to the back.
And Hannibal Armstrong decides to return the favor with the exact same move on a Bad Ben. A lot of bad blood going on here so far in this match. Bowman, with a series of rights, slams him back onto the announcer's desk. Lee Bowman has had Hannibal Armstrong's number this match, that's for sure. Bowman turned to get the tag and instead found himself in a submission hold here. He's grabbed Bad Ben, who came in to interfere, and choke slams him into the corner.
Big opportunity for him now.
Tossing him all around the ring. And finally tagging in his partner, Carter Ford. Again, Lee Bowman, the legal man in the ring for the Crossbows. Just getting back in now. In the meantime, Carter Ford dropping an elbow to his partner. Lee Bowman taking exception to that. And steals his finisher. Carter Ford put the Bowflex on Lee Bowman. Bad Ben has to come in and save his bacon. Oh my goodness. Styles, welcome in, welcome in. Carter Ford got the 2 count, but that is it. Lee Bowman managed to kick out. Carter Ford tried for the pump handle, but reversed by Lee Bowman. Lee Bowman, and Lee Bowman shows him how it's done. Locks in the real Bowflex. And Hannibal wisely comes in to break that one up. Bowman tosses Hannibal to the outside. Hooks the leg on Carter Ford. Is that going to be enough too? Oh, I thought it was going to be a 3. I thought it was going to be a 3. No problem, Styles. No problem. I'm assuming this is the same William the Hammer Styles. I can't imagine there's 2 Will Styles.
Flipping the script on him there.
And Ford tags in Hannibal Armstrong. Shoulder block. Hooks the leg. Lee Bowman in like a shot to break that one up.
Oh, just
and look at the power. Look at the power of Hannibal Armstrong, tossing him around like a rag doll. But Bad Ben going for a sneaky pin, but took a shot from behind by Carter Ford. A little delayed reaction. That took a few seconds to register. And Bad Ben. Sorry, I find that hilarious that it took him a second for that shot to the back of the head to register.
Off the ropes.
Lee Bowman striking a pose there. And now going to work on Hannibal.
Just mounted with punches and not a nasty stop to finish it off.
And Bowman just absolutely been dominating Hannibal Armstrong this whole match. He has been sharp. Oh, Styles, that's brutal. That's why I've got my old phone. My phone is like from like 2017, but I hate to get rid of it. Hooks the leg after that spear. Carter Ford's got to come in and save his partner's bacon. Bad Ben has him up. Are we going to see the Bad News Driver into the pin? Carter Ford's in again. Terrible angle from the cameraman. Ben Cross is going to hit him with another finisher. Got him up. And boom. Samoan driver hooks the leg. And once again, Carter Ford in there to save. Off the ropes, into the splash. And again, just Ben Cross is just going to keep going for pins until Carter Ford forgets to come in. I think that's the plan. Another splash. I mean, Hannibal Armstrong. It's been a long time since I've seen him taking a beating like this.
Wait a minute, setting in. Devastating submission.
And submission hold locked in. Is our prayers going to be answered? No, Carter Ford comes in. But Ben Cross has had just about enough of that and tosses him to the outside. Ben Cross, chat's hero at this point, seems intent on ending this match. Worry not, Styles. There's always more channel points to be had here at the RLWF. Another big splash. I mean, Hannibal Armstrong. I mean, he might be hurt at this point. There's another splash. Crossbows are absolutely demolishing the big man. Cannot get anything going. Trying here. He's got him by the throat. Tosses him aside on reflex. Slams him face first. They're at a 7 count. They're at a risk of a count out here. Maybe Hannibal trying to sneak a count out victory here would be actually a great strategy considering the pummeling he was taking. They're at an 8 or a 9 count. That strategy might work out. Is Hannibal Armstrong a genius?
Oh, gosh.
There's the 9 count. No, Hannibal hopped out. Does that reset the count? Oh, I thought Hannibal was a genius. It turns out, what's the opposite of a genius? That.
He's got the answer for that one.
Oh my God, Hannibal Armstrong if he had just stayed in the ring, would have pulled off a count-out victory. Unbelievable.
Able to parry that one.
And Hannibal Armstrong finding a bit of a second win here, but doesn't seem too eager to go to face off against Lee Bowman. I can't say I blame him based on how this match has gone. But Bad Ben taking a shot to the back and another. Rolls him over, hooks the leg. 2 counts. And Lee Bowman saves Bad Ben. If you want some good news styles, you open the night tonight with a match. You can go check out on the VOD. And choke slam right on the logo. Hooks the leg.
And he stops the count for his partner.
Yeah, that's exactly any word I could think of. You know, I was like, maybe I shouldn't say these things. It's fine. It's fine. Spear by the big man, hooks the leg. That's got to be it unless Lee Bowman can save. He does.
Here he comes off the tag.
And Hannibal tags in Carter Ford. A huge comeback here for Slaughterhouse.
What the leg? Look at this. He just tossed the leg.
We're not at 55 minutes yet. I haven't been keeping track, but I suspect we're not. Rolls him over. 2 count and Hannibal saves. The good news is Lee Bowman has a finisher that is a submission hold. Bad Ben coming over to have a little conversation with Hannibal about all the interfering with the pins. He's like, look, chat wants this over. They lock up, and no, unable to lift the beefy Ben Cross. Bad Ben swinging neck breaker. And another swinging neck breaker. Maybe Bad Ben's got the same idea Hannibal did, going for a count out. Counter after counter.
And he gets delivered back into the ring.
Tosses him back into the ring. Looks like he's crawling over, going to try and make a play for a tag, and Hannibal tagged into the ring.
He made it. Tag made. Tag made. Tag made.
Hot tag to Lee Bowman. And Hannibal taking out both members of the Crossbows right now. Tosses to Lee Bowman. Goes for the pin. Is this going to be it? No, it is not. Lee Bowman gets that shoulder up.
Pure instinct.
Hannibal furious about it. And Bowman with the reversal. Irish whip into the ropes. And Lee Bowman unloading on Hannibal Armstrong. He's got him up in the Bowflex. Is he going to make the big man tap? Carter Ford comes in for the save. Lee Bowman has had enough of that. Tosses him to the outside. Goes for the pin. This could be it. Oh, no. Hannibal Armstrong manages to kick out. Unbelievable. I thought we had it. I thought we had it. Lee Bowman blocked. Headbutt by the big man.
Toss back into the ring.
And Bowman tags in Ben Cross. Hannibal finally makes his way back into the ring. Bad Ben has him up, though. Face first into the turnbuckle. Hooks the leg. Carter Ford right there for the save. And the crowd counting it off as Bad Ben punches the daylights out of Hannibal.
Anxious to see what's coming next.
He's got him up, and Bad News Driver.
He's got the target.
Setting him up again.
Just a matter of moments.
Has him up, and
There you go.
Samoan Driver. Hooks the leg.
The cover. Coming to the rescue.
Carter Ford comes in for the save again.
Turning the tables.
Takes a cheap shot at Bad Ben on the way out. Bad Ben
To behold. Take a picture
pumped up,
while
but
you
not
can.
victorious yet.
In off the tag.
Tags in Bowman.
Oh, he knew what was coming.
Listen, I promised you. I promised you that there was no guarantees for sure. No guarantees for sure that this wouldn't be a 55-minute match. I said it's probably not. And I think so far I've held to that.
Able to counter.
Although if it is another 55, every match is going to be tornado tag until I sort out some workaround because this is a little much. It gets a little much.
To the outside.
Lee Bowman. Irish whip. Max, get out of here. Spine buster by Bowman.
Trying to debilitate the capability to stand.
Come here, though. Come here. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, if this is going to be if it's going to happen this often, if it's going to happen these matches, like, you know, I like a tag match being a little longer. It should be. But if it gets out of control like this, then we're going to have to start putting conditions on. So yeah, Max is like, the stream should be over. Why is this still going? What's going on? But he was supposed to be having playtime here. All right, come up here. Bowman setting him up.
His end is near.
Are we going to see the Bowflex? No.
Shot to the gut will
Reversal by Carter Ford.
sit out, broken arrow.
And now Carter Ford setting up Bowman for something.
For an opening.
Right between the shoulder blades into the
Pump handle backbreaker. Hooks the leg. Bad Ben in there immediately. Hannibal sends Bad Ben out of the ring, though.
This moment, he's earned it.
And looks like he's going to try and keep him occupied. A good strategy. Carter Ford needs to go for a pin here, though. Bowman hooks the leg. 3 count. There you go. There you go. Victory. Oh, get over here. Victory by Slaughterhouse over the champs in a non-title match. Listen, it was another long one, but it wasn't as long. This was normal long, as opposed to terrible long.
Here are your winners.
An emphatic victory for your winners.
There you go. Your winners, the Crossbows.
Perfect an example of tag team wrestling you're ever likely.
I got so excited I thought Slaughterhouse won, but it's Crossbows. I got confused. I'm still confused. My brain is fried. All right, everyone. Great match. Let's move on to the main event. All right, time for the main event. And coming out first, the challenger. The pride of Sydney, Australia.
The following contest
A
is
Bailey
scheduled for
Banner.
one fall. Making her way to the ring from Sydney, Australia.
I'm trying to think how many Australians we have, because we do have Jesse Scott is Australian. Of course, the great Maz of Oz, Australian. Bailey Banner. I feel like there's one more that I'm missing, but I can't think of it. I know Rachel Warren's a Kiwi, but that doesn't count. Bailey Banner letting the fans get an eyeful.
Determination in her eyes.
Now, Bailey Banner
more than ready for competition.
had an impressive non-title victory against Marcella Droese right before the pay-per-view. And so she has been given a second non-title opportunity against Marcella. And if she wins tonight, there is going to be a title match next week for Bailey Banner. If she doesn't, back in the queue with everybody else. But
she wants the women's champion.
Defeating Marcella Droese once is impressive. Defeating her twice is nigh impossible.
The electricity in the arena
Let's
right
see
now is
whether
unlike
Bailey
anything
Banner
I've ever felt in quite some time. This match is gonna be good.
is up to the task. Marcella Droese has been absolutely dominant as women's champion. She put the great Faria Mohammed down for the count at the pay-per-view. And listen, someone at some point is going to have to take that belt from her, but I don't know who it's going to be. Marcella comes out looking for a kick, but a nice dodge by Bailey Banner. Bailey sends her face first into the mat. Let me start the prediction. You can let me know who you think is going to win this match. Is Bailey going to repeat her impressive victory, or is Marcella's dominance going to continue? Off the ropes, Bulldog. Look at that. DB Gaming in. Welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome. Horse Grind had a match already tonight. Still Twitch champion, but he's going to have to defend his belt next week, DB.
She is just not giving her any room to breathe. Yeah, she just seems.
And Bailey Banner
Plenty of hits coming her way now.
continuing her dominance early here, Marcella. And Obi is in here. Obi, welcome in, Obi. Another great streamer, Obi, welcome in. We got to get Obi a character in here for sure. And hot-shotted to the outside. Bailey Banner right out after, and Bailey Banner confident to the point of cocky right now. But with good reason. She has been absolutely dominating this match again. What is going on?
Yeah, she needs to create an opportunity for herself fast. Hip drop. I've been waiting to see that.
And Bailey with another big combination. Tosses Marcella back. I don't know what is going on, but Bailey Banner has got Marcella Droese's number. Another big stomp to the midsection. Hooks the leg. Is that going to be enough? 2 count only. Marcella able to kick out. Another stomp to the midsection. But Marcella with the counter. And Marcella now, give her an inch, she'll take a mile, and so boom! Bailey Banner. The sunrise surprise hooks the leg. Is that going to be enough to do it? It is not, but Bailey Banner has been absolutely dominating Marcella. No easy feat. Marcella dragging herself up on the ropes. Takes a right hand and hot-shot it again to the outside. Bailey Banner, is she going to wait for her to get back in? She is not. Another stomp to the midsection. And now rolls her over for the single leg submission hold here. But again, not a false count anywhere match, so any submissions will not count on the outside here. Marcella using that strength to her advantage. Double underhook suplex coming her way. Drop kick to the side of the head. They're at a 5 count. Bayley with the reversal. Sends her hard into the steps. Bayley's going to hop back in, maybe hope for a count-out win. Listen, it did not stipulate how she has to win. Any victory here will get her a title shot next week. Slams her hard into the barricade. Nice dodge by Marcella. Couldn't have come at a better time. But here comes Bayley. Sends her out into the crowd and goes out after her. Watch out. There's like a little kid there. Watch out, guys. Watch out, everyone. Oh, my goodness. They are going to have to get their way back into the ring here soon, or we're going to have a double count-out. Tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Bayley Banner dodges back into the ring. This could be genius if she gets the count-out here. They're at an 8 count. Marcella hops the barricade. 9 count. Slowly. 10! She doesn't get in time! And Bayley Banner wins her second non-title match against Marcella and earns herself a title shot next week. What a victory. 2,000 IQ move by Bayley Banner, getting her out. And after all the punishment she's taken, Marcella just didn't have enough gas in the tank to get back into the ring in time. Missed it by seconds. Not even a second, like a quarter of a second more. And she would have been safe. Well, listen, Jocko, we'll have to review the tape to see whether she was in. She was on the apron, but I don't know that she was in the ring. But irregardless, there is your winner, Bayley Banner, and she is going to get a title shot against Marcella. If she beats her this 3rd time in a row, we could be looking at the next RLWF Women's Champion.